This podcast is intended for adult audiences over the age of 18. It contains adult language and situations. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast belong solely to us, and not of any employer, organization, committee, or other group or individuals. This podcast is not intended to be taken as professional advice.
Welcome to the SwingNation podcast, a podcast by swingers for swingers, where we look to educate others and push back on the negative stigmas and misconceptions associated with our lifestyle. Come with us and share our pineapple journey as we travel the globe, interview the experts, learn and grow together. Join the nation.
So, Lacy, people are asking, how do they get to go to a party or an event with us?
They check out swingersociety.net, you create a profile, you sign up for an event, and you come hang out with us. It's super easy.
That's right. If you want to party with us and the other faces and names that you know from social media and TikTok, head on over to swingersociety.net.
Can't wait to see you there.
Hey there, pineapple people, and welcome to the SwingNation podcast. We are your hosts, Northern Guy
And Southern Girl.
and we are back with another full-length episode
Yes,
of the SwingNation podcast.
we are.
Coming to you live from the studio.
Yeah,
Just us.
just me and you.
Mono e mono, as they say.
Is that what they say?
That's what they say. Okay, so this week's episode, we are recapping Splash
Yes,
Fort Lauderdale.
which was our first time.
Our first time. We've actually tried to go to Splash Fort Lauderdale for like the last 3 years, I feel like.
Yeah, and it just has not worked out. And we finally made it work this year, which it was actually quite the journey to even get there because we didn't, leading up to this, we were coming off of we've been traveling since basically like April. And I have a family trip every year to Vermont in the fall. And it just happened to be the weekend before Splash Fort Lauderdale. And usually when we go to Vermont, your kids are in
That area.
So we try to it's just a weekend trip to Vermont. So we do the weekend and then we try to either add a few days on the back end or the beginning. So that way we can see your kids.
Correct.
2 birds, 1 stone.
As they say.
As they say. Well, I made it 3 birds with 1 stone. So the only way to make this happen was basically go to Vermont for the weekend, go see your kids for 4 or 5 days, and then basically fly from up north all the way to Fort Lauderdale. Which was fine. It was 10 days we were gone. But packing was quite difficult.
Yeah, so if you think about it, we had to pack basically for fall time in New England.
Yeah.
And for Fort Lauderdale Splash, so southern Florida, all in the same suitcase.
Yeah, and this was early September, or not early, I'm
and
sorry.
Family normal clothes,
Yeah.
and then swinger theme clothes.
Yes. Also, we had a table to set up.
Yes.
So we needed our tablecloth with our logos on it. We needed some giveaways for the table, and we have some pretty small but still pop-up banners that go on the table. So we had to carry all of this, all these places.
So how many bags did you end up with?
I had 2. I had my big one in my carry-on.
You had a big one.
Yeah.
You had a carry-on.
Yeah.
And then you had what I guess
A personal
you
item.
called it your personal item, but which was basically as big as another carry-on.
It still counted as one.
Yeah.
When I got
so
on.
Lacy comes out with her bags, and she's got her check bag. She's got her carry-on bag, which these are FAA standard size bags. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then she has a personal bag, which is a giant bag. And I said, Lacy, I don't think that's going to fit under the seat or in the overhead. And you said, yes, it will. It's where I bought it from. It's listed as a personal item.
Yeah,
That's what
and
it's
it's
for.
called the Weekender. It's a kind of like a duffel, but the problem is the bottom of it is a hard case where you can put your shoes or something like that. And so if it could have squished together, it would have been fine. But because the base of it was it didn't give any. You are correct. It did not work. The first flight, they ended up having to check it because we were in first class, but it was
Well, it started before that. We went to check in.
Yeah.
And your bag was overweight.
Yes.
And I even said before we left, hey, did you weigh that? And you said, it's good.
Yeah. It was overweight by 4 pounds.
So then we did the classic where you get up to the gate and they weigh it. And she's like, you got too much stuff.
Well,
and then
okay.
it's unpack and then reorganize and pack at the
here's
counter.
my issue. We fly American. So sometimes they'll bump us to first class because we have enough points and stuff. So if they do that, they will let your suitcase go to 70.
Yeah.
So there's been a few times recently where I've gotten through with it. This lady wasn't budging. It was 54 pounds. And she was like, I was like, sometimes they let me through. She was like, no. And I was like, okay. Which I think.
No, she was like, yeah, for $100 or whatever.
Yeah, no. I mean, sometimes they let me through
Yeah.
without paying is what I was trying to say. She was like, no, that'll be $100. So, of course, and Dan is, I have anxiety about everything. Dan has anxiety about airports, and that's it.
I don't have anxiety.
You
I just
do.
think all of that was entirely unnecessary.
Yeah.
I just like, if I'm going to travel, I like to plan for it and make sure that I don't have all these little hiccups that in my mind could be easily avoidable.
Well, like you look at it that way. I look at it as I was only 4 pounds over. I did fucking good. Anyway, we rearranged the suitcase. My personal item, I did end up having to like one of the planes, I thought it was the first one, but it might not have been the first one now that we were talking. One of them, they had to check it below because it was a tiny airplane and the bins were just not big enough for it to fit in there. But I had no issues. I will say on the way back, I didn't put anything in that bottom section and it gave it a little bit of give and I had a little bit better room. But now I know.
Right. So Lacy, that's my travel pet peeve is those people. You are that person, like the one that's rearranging their bags at the ticket counter. The one that as you're trying to board the plane, they have to then try to get off the plane to check their bag because it doesn't fit.
I just handed it to the girl. She was like, thanks, I'll take care of it. And I was like, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
It was fine.
It was a lot.
It was not.
It was a whole thing.
And like the whole time I'm dealing with this, Dan's like rolling his eyes and like,
Yeah, like I told you so.
I'm like, shut up. Okay, so
right.
anyway.
So do you want to talk any about Vermont or upstate? Anything about those parts of the trip?
No, I didn't make any notes on that. Because that's family stuff. So
Yeah, sure. We had a good time though. I think.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
We did get a lot of hate on the internet because we were gone for like 10 days. And people were like, who were watching your children?
Yeah.
And we're like, well, they were with us for half of the trip. Like literally the only time we were in Fort Lauderdale was super late Wednesday night. Like it was Thursday. It was after midnight through Sunday. But everyone was very concerned about where our children were.
It was a 10-day trip, and only 3 of the days did we not have our children with us. So it is.
That just shows people that what you see on like social media is only just like a very small portion of it. And yeah, I mean, obviously we're not going to post our kid. They were there with us in some of the things, but we're not going to post them or talk about them.
Yeah, and I think that's where people get confused because we do get you guys are never with your family and you're always partying and I get if you look at our social media feed and you think that like everything we're posting is in like real time, then I could understand that. But really what is happening is 1 weekend out of the month we're going to our swinger thing and we're just taking enough videos that we then slowly post it throughout the other 3 weeks. Yeah. But I think people literally think everything we post is in real time. And I'll even like recycle videos from like 2 years ago sometimes.
Oh, yeah. If you look at them now, there's some that I'm real skinny. That's how you know.
But anyway, but my point of that is then people think like those are real time as well. And so,
just remember what you see on the internet is not always true.
Yeah.
So anyway, and we did a pretty late flight. We ended up getting into Fort Lauderdale, like I said, after midnight. Another thing, Dan was irritable because our Uber was like $120 from the airport to the hotel. We didn't rent a car or anything. He's like, we might as well have rented a car. I was like, oh my gosh, just get us to the hotel. We had been together for like 7 days, 24/7 at this point. So, we were.
But it's a valid point. We probably could have rented a car cheaper than 2 Uber rides.
I didn't think to check the Uber prior to.
I think it was because we were over an hour away.
Yeah.
Or around an hour away from the hotel.
Yeah, it was pretty far. But we basically like just checked in and went to bed. The only real reason we flew in Wednesday night is because we needed to be there like by lunchtime on Thursday. That way, if there was any flight issues, we could deal with that in the night and not the next morning.
And it was because your giant bags, we had to get at Uber X XL.
I had 2 bags. You had 2 bags, and you had a giant boat bag. Your giant boat bag is as big as my personal item.
Okay.
It is.
Okay.
That I can barely put that book bag on my back.
It is big. My backpack is big, but it fits under a seat.
But the problem is that it's the design. It was a design flaw with my bag.
Mine's longer and skinnier. Yours is short and fat.
Depends on which way you like it.
Well, which do you prefer, short and fat or long and skinny?
Oh, neither.
Neither?
Yeah, I want
average.
I want average and girthy, like just the right amount.
Yeah. Oh, so not short and fat. You want
or long and skinny. I want like
average and fat.
No, I just want you know what I mean. Okay, anyway, so we slept in, and we were just kind of the cool thing about going to Splash things from like
our perspective
is they are the hotels that they do these takeovers at are like really cool. Some of the best hotels that you're ever going to do a hotel takeover at.
Yeah.
And it's quite fun to watch because it is a vanilla hotel until the last vanilla person checks out, and it's like a switch flips. And then all of a sudden it's like swinger world. And so at some point mid-morning before lunch, I text our contact and was like, hey, what time do we set up? And he was like, now. And I was like, perfect. So we kind of hopped up and went downstairs and set up our table. It was pretty simple this time.
Because we flew with it, yeah.
Yeah, we just brought a tablecloth and some armbands, which no one took any of the armbands. We brought them all back, which is funny because normally we put out
blow pops
and stuff, and like everybody it's like scavengers with all the stuff. This time, nobody wanted any of it. You just never know. So after that, we went to our back to our room, and we decorated our door. So that's another thing that I brought in our suitcase. I had a sign on the door because it was a full hotel takeover. You could do that. I put, like our pictures and all of our magnets and stuff on our door. And Thursdays at Splash are always very low key.
Yeah. So before you get into that, can we talk a little bit about the hotel itself?
Yeah, for sure.
Now, you did say that Splash hotels are some of the nicer hotels, and I would say probably the nicest, right?
Yeah.
And specifically, this Fort Lauderdale hotel.
It's a great hotel.
It's probably the nicest Splash hotel.
Yeah.
So this Fort Lauderdale party is probably the nicest hotel takeover I've been in. The only thing I could think of that might be comparable is the Astor for Naughty in New Orleans. Yeah. But even then, the Astor is a little bit older of a hotel.
It is.
Some of the rooms don't have fridges. Some of the rooms, the ACs are over there. You know what I mean? But the hotel is, the Astor is really nice.
Yeah,
it's
you're
downtown
in New Orleans,
on Bourbon Street. It's got a lot of character to that hotel. But as far as like the niceness, just if you're just grading it off of that, I think this is probably the nicest hotel we've ever been in for a hotel takeover.
So it's not an Embassy Suites, but think that kind of style. You know how like all like the rooms on the inside, you look down and you can kind of see.
And it's a big, tall tower almost.
Yeah. And so what's cool is like in the middle is where all the vendors and stuff. It's kind of a circle around. It's not around the elevator, but it's kind of like in a circle in front of it. And then they have like a bar and a restaurant, and then it's a convention center, I guess, some sort of kind of like that. So there's hallway with like lots of different ballrooms and rooms and stuff, and that's where they host most of the actual activities for the event. But yeah, you're right, it's a great hotel, and some of the rooms actually look out like over the pool. We had an interior room, so we didn't get to see any of that fun stuff. We looked out at nothing, I think.
I think it was the roof of the
yeah,
hotel.
That's what I meant. Yeah, it was like nothing. But yeah, you're right. It is a very nice hotel. It is unlike the Atlanta hotel, if you've been to that one, where it's kind of in the middle of everything. This one's not quite like that.
Yeah, it's kind of tucked away by itself.
Yeah, it's a little bit tucked away. So like you can't. Well, I take that back. I did see people saying that they were walking to like a Publix was like a half a mile and stuff like that. But most of the people were Ubering or driving.
Yeah.
Okay. So can I?
No, yeah,
okay,
continue.
Cool. So Thursdays are always pretty low key. Like when you do the pool party, you don't even do games on Thursdays or anything like that, do you?
I'm trying to think back and remember if we played a game or not. I don't think
you
we did. I think I might
my
have.
notes said that you didn't play any games, and I think we kind of like bounced around, like we were in and out. I think the vendors were really good, so I walked around a bunch of times and looked, and we got in the water some. It was like I said, people are just getting to the party on Thursday, so the pool itself is definitely calmer because most people like work and then come in that night or just come in for the weekend and they're wait and get there on Friday. So at some point we went back to our room and we were just trying to decide what to have for dinner, and we decided to eat at the restaurant, which is kind of hit or miss at all of these restaurants. Let's be real. This time it was not very good.
I didn't mind it.
You didn't?
I didn't think it wasn't gross,
I
but it
liked
wasn't.
the mashed potatoes. It was a buffet.
Oh yeah.
I like the mashed potatoes, but other than that,
Lacy's a picky eater too, though.
Yeah, I don't like cafeteria food, and it was kind of that.
Yeah, it was buffet food. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was and I didn't realize it, but we got there right as they were closing because remember when we left, they were shutting it. So that probably is part of it that we
they weren't putting out a bunch of fresh stuff. Yeah.
But what's cool about this hotel is outside on the patio they had a band out there. And so if you're
they were packing up as we were getting there.
Yeah, so
that was kind of cool.
Yeah, so I think they host like a meet and greet hour, and we didn't go to that any nights because we suck. But I think that would have been really cool to go to, and we probably should have went a night or two. We didn't know a whole lot of people at this event. We had just came off of like Secrets and a lot of other stuff. Let's be real, we were wore the fuck out.
Yeah. We were.
And you'll kind of see that as I go through all this. We were pretty exhausted. This was our last event for like over a month.
Yeah.
And so we were just kind of in survival mode. Is that a good way to describe it?
It's probably, that's probably not a bad way to describe it. Yeah, that was pretty.
My dad died in March. We've been going the last weekend of March, and we left 4 days later to go to Secrets, and we have not stopped. And now it's September. I was done. Let's be real. I was just like, we got to survive this weekend. We can get home. We get a month off. I could see the light. I mean, and I don't want that to sound like I didn't want to be there. I wanted to be there. We love Splash. We think they're a great event. You host the pool parties. I'm happy to be there. We had people that we knew there. I was just worn out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
So after we ate, we went back to the room and we took a little nap, rested, and then we got ready. If you've noticed on our TikToks, I have not been wearing as many theme outfits because TikTok hates me.
I don't know if they hate you, but
they don't like my outfits.
TikTok,
we've been struggling there.
Since we've been posting on TikTok, is the most censored I think it has ever been at this point in time.
Yeah.
And we get flagged almost every other video we post gets flagged. And then we appeal it because we're not posting anything bad. And then most of the time the appeal will get lifted, but it basically kills the video at that point. Like it won't ever go on the For You page. It won't ever go viral. And so we're kind of in this struggle where like everything we post on TikTok right now is basically getting like kind of shadow banned. But yes, specifically sexy themed outfits they'll get censored and flagged, and you won't win the appeal on that. If it appears to be, lingerie or sexy in nature, they'll shut that down.
So basically Dan was like, no TikToks in theme outfit, or maybe like just one, or keep it simple, but maybe let's try like leggings and an athletic top or something like that where you're covered, but it's still like it's almost implied sexiness.
Right, yeah.
So for this trip,
so like more like sexy gym clothes. It's kind of like seems to be what most people are getting away with on TikTok these days.
So basically, we went to Target while we were somewhere, I can't remember, on this trip. And I bought like a gym top, and then I had leggings. And so I basically got completely ready for the club and then put on my leggings and my tank top. And I made all my TikToks, which is the opposite of everything we've ever done since we started this. Like people love seeing my, and like when I buy my outfits, I buy them for TikTok.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's double edged. Part of me is like, yes, I can wear lingerie and sex it up and it's okay, you know, now because I'm not going to be doing, at least not until we can kind of figure this out. But then part of me is like, oh, that's also like my favorite part.
Now, I will say, as far as the theme outfits go, so if people are listening to this and are like, oh, but bummer, we're not going to see Lacy's theme outfits anymore. You still will see them, but they'll be mostly on Instagram and on Twitter/X.
Yeah.
And really right now on Instagram, photos, especially those kind of photos, we're almost getting more views on those photos than we are on TikToks now, which is kind of, just shows you the way social media shifts, and it's an ever changing kind of ebb and flow. And so I would say from our perspective right now, those, not obviously there's limits even on Instagram of what you can post. I can't post like your ass in a thong. Any of that will get flagged. But most of your theme outfits, if we just take a full body picture of you in it, it does very, very well on social media. So go check out the Instagram, I guess is my point to that.
Yeah. And I did do like a transition, and you'll see some like we'll post those on like smaller accounts or just post it because it might get flagged, it might not. So you'll still see some, it just won't be as many.
Yeah, because the frustrating part is when you make 20 TikToks in an outfit, and then TikTok won't let us post it. It's a huge waste. So it's almost like not worth taking the risk. If you're gonna put in the work, we might as well put in the work in an outfit we know we can get away with.
Yeah, for sure. So the theme, okay, we've given Splash hell for years about these themes. This continues here. I will say I'm giving Splash a little slack because now we've been doing events now for a couple of years, and our girls, I have to reel them in on the themes. Even today, we were talking about a glow party.
Yeah.
They were coming up with all these different versions of a glow party. I was like, can it just be glow? Does it have to be like 10 different adjectives in front of glow?
Yeah.
But I really struggled with these themes. For Thursday night, it was Tropic Tango. But somehow I read the description very quickly, and I got red, the color red, and then I got fire out of that.
Yeah, so we were wearing like red rave clothes, right?
We were 100% in rave wear. 100%.
And a lot of the other people were like in Hawaiian shirts and stuff.
Well, they were all dressed up. Okay, let's talk. This is a good time to talk about it. The elephant in the room. The Fort Lauderdale clientele skews a little older.
That's true.
And that is
Florida.
okay.
I mean, it's Florida. Think about where you are.
And we're close to the villages and stuff like that. Listen, we love, those are our people. We are not here. That statement is not a negative statement.
Right.
I love fucking a 50, 60-year-old guy. Like, that's not our issue.
I almost prefer it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your wife is 41, just in case you forgot, babe.
No, I mean when we're swinging.
I know.
Yeah.
So everybody there was dressed like very nice.
Yeah.
Like they had high heels on and like a cocktail type.
It definitely
dress.
had more of that, felt more traditional swinger,
Yes.
like old, I don't want to say old school, but kind of like where we,
like a
groups
brick and
like
mortar
us,
club.
Swinger Society, Eye Candy, we're kind of pushing more into that rave where this is more like when I can think about 10 years ago when I started going to swinger clubs, they were all this like, you wear pants, you wear a belt, you wear a button-up shirt, you wear that seemed to be
ladies wear your favorite dress and high heels.
And
That now was
necklaces and earrings and very glam wear.
There was like 10% of us that were in rave wear, but there definitely and what's funny is I kind of knew that Friday night. We knew before we even got there that it was going to be that way, but I didn't really have anything else. And I laughed so hard. I was on like TikTok live getting ready, and I was like, how the hell did I get red and fire? I had on a red shirt that had flames on it.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's what you gave me too.
Yeah. We had flames on our shirt. And we get down there and people have like red cocktail dresses on.
Or a lot of the guys were wearing like Hawaiian shirts, like button ups and stuff. And
Yeah, because it was like tropical.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so we kind of failed the thing.
But the funny thing is, it didn't matter. Nobody.
It didn't matter, and
it mattered zero.
And I thought about that when we were there about that being a point to talk about it on the live. So we put so much effort and so much like worry into like themes and stuff. But truthfully, nobody gave a shit. You could have came down there in some nice jeans and a black shirt and nobody would have even cared
No.
if that you weren't even tropical or tango.
No.
They do not care. And I think that's like the underlying message we should always remember when we're stressing about things.
Outfits, yeah.
And I need to tell myself that as well because I fall victim to that. But it doesn't really matter.
No, it's like a fun thing to do, but if you don't do it, it's really irrelevant to most of the people.
Yeah. So another thing that was cool is we didn't go down there till like 10:30 because we weren't hosting anything. We just get to party and stuff. And we went down, we danced for a while. Our friend who also DJs for us, Wandeepa, was DJing on Thursday night. It's kind of like
I think the
Was
host,
it like an
the
audition?
person that, he obviously had seen that he DJs with us and stuff, and
they're actually, we met them at Splash, I think originally, right? They're like
yes,
avid Splash people. Like
the
we
DJ
didn't-
is, yeah,
and they have some other friends. So like they're customers of Splash. They've been coming. You know,
Right.
this is not anything new. Yeah.
right, yeah. So he DJ'd Thursday night.
Yeah. So, okay. So before he came on, though, we were like dancing. And because this is travel day, so Thursday is a lot of people's travel day. And again, keep in mind, a little bit more mature clientele.
Yeah, I don't think he came on until midnight.
Yes. So like as we're dancing like 11:30 or so, we're like, the dance floor was pretty empty before he even got on there. We look at each other and we're like, should we just go fuck before he comes on? So then that way when he comes on, then when we're done, we could just go to bed.
Yeah.
So that's what we did.
Right. Yeah. There was some where like, man, he comes on. I can't remember what he played. I think he played midnight to 1 or maybe midnight to 2. I don't know exactly how long he was on for. I don't remember. But we obviously wanted to fuck and go to the playroom and fuck. And so we're like, but I don't want, it closes at 2. And really, I don't want to, at 1:30, it's usually too, usually you're ready for bed by that time. So we're like, fuck it, let's go get our fuck on before he comes on. We can, and then we can finish that up, and then we can, watch his set and then go to bed.
Yeah. So that's basically what we did. We went to the playroom and just played, you and I.
We ended up on one of the, Splash, we've talked about it 100 times, but they have some of not only the best hotels, but the best playrooms. I would say them and Naughty New Orleans are probably pretty close to each other, but they definitely have some of the best playrooms. And so they have several different play spaces. They have a dungeon. They have a couple different, like what would call a semi-private room, which is like a room with curtains and beds behind curtains, and you can open and close the curtains. They usually have a room that they call like the observatory or something like that, where there's beds on one wall and then there's like seats and chairs on the other wall, so where you can kind of watch. But then our favorite room that Splash always has is the orgy room.
Yeah.
And they usually have a huge bed in the middle that, when I say huge, I mean it's like 15, 20, like queen king size mattresses put together. And that's what they had. They actually had like it broken into 2 sections because the way the room was set up. And then along the edge of that, they have a bunch of individual beds. And so I would say, for a Thursday night, like you're talking about a travel day, the club wasn't very busy, but the playrooms were pretty busy.
The playrooms were packed early,
whole weekend,
which
too.
honestly, these are my people. Maybe I identify as the sage person because they were fucking by like 11, 11:30 and out of there by like 12,
I think
12:30.
Saturday, we went in there, 9:30, and it was already packed.
Yeah.
Like,
Because like we kept making laps and stuff throughout the weekend, and I was shocked how often those playrooms were packed
and how early.
Yeah. So we didn't end up swapping with anybody. We didn't. We just played with just you and I, which kind of made sense because we were coming off of like a family vacation and hadn't really had a whole lot of time. So we played with just each other, and then we went to bed.
And I actually came inside of you
Yes.
in the playroom.
Which does not happen.
Yeah.
Very often.
And I don't even know if I took Viagra or anything either.
I bet you did.
I probably did.
I know you.
But it goes to show you, right,
Yeah.
that I never come in playrooms.
Yeah.
Almost never.
Yeah.
So the fact that we didn't swap with anybody and just fucked each other, but I came in the playroom.
Which was really hot because I had to walk out of the playroom with like cum dripping down
I think
my...
somebody tried to talk to you and you're like, hold
No,
on.
it was Ernest, who is someone that we know.
Uh-huh.
And he was like trying to, I'm like, listen, where's the bathroom? Let me handle the situation. And then we and you will come back and we can talk. But yeah. Which he thought that was super hot and naughty. But I was talking to him as I
This cum was running down your leg.
running down my leg. Yeah. So yeah, that was our first night at Splash Fort Lauderdale.
All right. I think now's the perfect time to take a little break and hear from the partners and sponsors of the Swing Nation podcast. And then when we get back, we'll tell you about Friday and Saturday night.
Yes.
All right. We'll be right back, guys. Lacy, one thing I don't leave home without when going to a swinger event is my ED medication.
That is correct.
Performance anxiety is 100% a real thing. Having sex in an orgy room with 100 people in there is way different than having sex at home in your bedroom.
It is.
So I like to have what we call a little insurance policy and have some of that ED medication in my pocket. Shameless Care is who I use for that. And they actually just came out with a new product called the Shameless Duo.
Yeah.
Which is a combination medicine that has Viagra and Cialis in it. So that one, you can be ready whenever, but also it's got that dose that you can take when you're, as you're getting ready to go to the playroom and you need that to kick in.
Yeah.
So I love it. I mean, I used it at Hito for the first time, and that
You've
combination.
kind of pretty much switched to that, haven't you?
That's basically what I
Yeah.
use all the time now. Yeah. So if you're looking for ED medication, if you're new to the lifestyle and you're going to an event, you might want to get some and have it just handy in case you need it, kind of thing.
And the really cool thing about Shameless Care is they don't set you up on a reoccurring plan. So you're not going to get all of this ED medication that you have in your nightstand built up. When it's time that you need more, you'll get an email from them and they'll ask you, hey, are you ready for another round? And you can respond back, yes, please refill it, or no, I'm good right now, thank you. So it's really cool because you don't end up with all these extra pills and spend a bunch of money that you're not, you don't need to spend.
Yeah, and my favorite part is you don't actually have to go into an office and talk to your family doctor or a military doctor. You can do it all right online from the privacy of your home. You just go to their website, you fill out some forms, the doctor reviews it, approves you, disapproves you, and you move on from there. So if you would like to get some medication, you can go to TheSwingNation.info, click on the little recommended apps and products, scroll down to the Shameless Care icon, click on that, and that's going to take you over there. There's some discount codes there for you so you can get a discount off your first order. But I highly recommend if you're going to some events or parties, go get you some lifestyle insurance. Yep. All right, guys, check it out.
Dan, so when we're doing the podcast, a lot of times we'll tell the listeners we are filming our content for OnlyFans, right? Mm-hmm. So how do they find that content if they want to see like the videos that go along with the stories?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So you are correct. We do film for OnlyFans. When we're going to clubs and events, we talk about sometimes, we did OnlyFans with so and so. So if they're interested in that, they can go to TheSwingNation.info and they'll see right there on the front page a link to your OnlyFans. We are running promos.
We are.
And it could be anywhere from 50 to 80% off right now.
Yeah.
So I think right now it's 80% off.
Wow.
So you'd have to, go grab that right away. But if you like watching orgies, if you like watching threesomes, if they want to see you take DVP, they want to see how big of a dirty slut you actually are, they can see all that right on your OnlyFans page. We kind of call it's like another tier of education.
No, I was about to say that because I think like if you go to some of these major porn sites and you type in like swinging, you're going to find some things and it's usually not very good. Let's be real. We actually will get, and we try to get as many orgies on camera as we can because a lot of people that are joining the lifestyle, they want to see us do a full swap with a couple or they want to see us engage in an orgy. And these are the same people that we will have orgies with at the swinger club obviously without the cameras. We just kind of recreate it, at opportunities that we can film. So if you're thinking about joining the lifestyle and you're like, man, I need to see how they're navigating this. Our OnlyFans can be kind of educational if you ask me.
I agree. So go over to TheSwingNation.info, click that blue and white button and go sign up today.
Yeah.
Check it out. We appreciate you guys. Lacy, if you're going to be a swinger, you need to be a responsible swinger.
I agree.
And part of being a responsible swinger is getting tested on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Now, something I didn't know is not all STI, STD testing is the same.
That is correct.
Not every family doctor fully understands how you should be getting tested.
That is correct. What one doctor thinks is a full panel, another doctor may have a completely different version of that.
And being somebody in the lifestyle and engaging with multiple partners, what you should be getting tested for is probably, if you're not telling your doctor that, what you should be getting tested for is probably different than what they're thinking.
Yes.
In their head.
Yeah, because they don't know your lifestyle. Or even if they do know your lifestyle, there's for instance, there is a new one called MGen, and we just recently met a doctor at a lifestyle party and said that she had never even heard about it. And so she was awesome that we had educated her on that. So a lot of these doctors don't know it all.
Right. So if you are going to participate in the lifestyle, you probably need to get tested from people that are meant to do this.
Yes.
So we use I Know My Status. It's the same people behind talent testing who are there's a company that tests all the porn stars. So they're used to testing people that engage with multiple partners. They know all the latest on what STIs are, coming up and spreading, and they track all the stats. I mean, they know how to test people for STIs.
Yes.
They're the experts.
They are. And if someone that you engage with, if they have used I Know My Status, they can actually give you a QR code and you can scan it and you can see their results right on your phone, so you can confirm everything that they're telling you.
Yeah, 100%. So please, if you're getting tested, get tested the right way. We recommend using I Know My Status. You can go to TheSwingNation.info, recommended apps and products. Scroll down to the I Know My Status icon and you can get a discount off your first test. But please, if you're swinging, if you're engaging with people in the community, please be safe about it. Go get tested.
Yeah, because we want you to fuck like a porn star.
For sure. All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for listening to our sponsors. We love our sponsors.
We do.
Some of the same sponsors Splash has.
Actually, it is, yes.
Cassidy being probably one of their biggest sponsors,
Yes.
Which is another huge sponsor of ours. So if you don't know what Cassidy is, it's kind of it's a lifestyle website where you can meet others and find events like Splash. So if you go to TheSwingNation.info, you can click on the Cassidy banner. You get 90 days. I don't know if anybody else has that.
Yeah,
link.
I've heard other people have 30 days, but
I think we're one of the few people that have gotten the free 90 days.
I don't know what we did to get on their good side, but I'll take it.
I think what happened is I accidentally advertised it as free 90
and they
days,
gave it
and
to
it was
you.
supposed to be 30. And they called me and they said, "Hey, this link's only a 30-day link, but I want to make it a 90 for your people."
That's nice.
And I was like, "Okay, awesome."
We are here for the people.
Right. So 90 days. So that's plenty of time to get on there, figure out what's going on, meet some people, and see if it's the right app for you before you start paying for it.
Yep.
So go check that out.
Yeah. So Friday was very similar to Thursday as far as like the flow of the day. We slept in and got to the pool around like 11, 12, somewhere in there. You hosted pool parties. I hung out with you some up there, and then got in the water some. The water was pretty chilly. It always is at Splash. Not as bad as Atlanta if you've ever been to Atlanta. But you were able to come get in the water with me
In between games.
Yeah,
and things
in
like
between,
that,
and then go back. Do you remember what all games you played? I did not make the notes of what actual games you played.
So how long has it been since we did this?
It may be a month later.
It's been about a month later. Okay, so I do remember I do remember playing the bathing suit game.
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't know what that is, it's basically we bring up 3 or 4 people and we say, okay, the key here is to go get as many, because it's a clothing optional pool party. The participants have to go collect as many bathing suit tops and bottoms. So they get 1 point per top, 2 points per bottom, and they have to go collect as many as they can. I like doing that game, and I like doing it kind of earlier in the weekend because people are always uncomfortable to get naked. A lot of people, though, I think want to get naked. They just need somebody to kind of give them permission to do it.
Yeah.
And so I think this game is like the permission you need. And of course, these people go and they have to ask for consent to, they're not like just ripping clothes off people, but
Yeah.
and then people
people
are
take them
willingly
off,
giving their
yeah.
clothes to them. But it gives people an excuse to get naked. It's kind
Yeah.
of fun. It kind of gets the
You can
party.
encourage your
Right.
neighbor to be like, take your top off. I actually took my top off, gave mine
Mm-hmm.
out, which was fun. I put it back on though after.
Yeah, I think so. We played that game. I think we did the I think the clicker game, which is a game I play a lot. And then I don't remember. I think we did the clothespin game. Maybe.
Oh
this day.
yeah.
And so the clicker game is basically you just click a button as fast as you can, and it kind of looks like you're masturbating. And I usually have them hold it on their private parts as they do it. But then the clothespin game is, you put clothespins on. I give people a big bag of clothespins, and they have a minute or two to put clothespins on their partner.
Yeah.
And the rules are the clothespin has to be attached to skin.
Yeah.
So it's
And
always
Splash
fun.
gives away good prizes.
Yeah.
They give away a Naughty in New Orleans weekend. This is like over the course of like both day or, Friday and Saturday. They give away a Naughty New Orleans package. They give away a Caliente package. LLV was there and they gave away something for their people.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. So like Dan was basically the main host, but then Caliente came in and helped with a game, the one that they gave their stuff out to, and the LLV people as well. They came and hosted a game and gave away some stuff, bathing suits, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's good. We ended up going back and we had sex midday.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at videos and stuff, and I have videos of me jerking you off. I think we were sending them to Daphne and Mike.
Probably.
We were being naughty, probably because we had gotten a little tipsy at the pool, which tends to happen.
It does.
After that, you took a nap. And do you remember I woke you up with P.F. Chang's dinner in bed?
I don't recall that, but
You don't.
Well, now that you say it,
that's a pretty good wife move
no,
right there.
now that you say it, I do remember, and I don't. Remember, I must have been a little tipsy if I napped.
You
because I
napped.
never napped.
Yeah,
so
you
if I
napped.
napped during the day, I must have.
Well,
been a
this
little
was
drunk.
like into dinner.
Yeah.
So on Friday night we didn't, because Thursday night's food was just like okay. And I couldn't sleep for some reason, but you were asleep. And I love P.F. Chang's is one of my favorites, and it's really far from our house. It's not super convenient to DoorDash it. So often when we travel, I will get it because like the meat, it's like it's protein basically, like the meat I get. So I know it's like a good food to eat before you're going to get drunk, so you soak up the alcohol.
P.F. Chang's, Chinese food in general, any Panda Express or something like that. That is a good party kind of drunk
like the
food.
rice, it like takes up space in the belly,
That's
I guess.
true, yeah.
Anyway, I woke you up with P.F. Chang's, which was nice. And then after that, we got ready. And again, I made my TikToks before. This is where we made the one, which is funny because it's going viral again, but the one where like bitches ain't shit. That's the night we made that one with me and you, which was, I thought was kind of fun because we didn't have a lot of our friends there. I recruited you to make more TikToks,
made a few,
which I actually really enjoyed. I was like, I remember thinking, I should do this more often.
Like couple TikToks?
Yeah. I was like, I really like that. So Friday night's theme was Temptation Jungle, which I took that as leopard print.
Okay. That makes sense.
The good thing about this night is you had a collared shirt because we didn't buy anything for this. We had quite a few, and I threw two options in, one of which was a dress. It was sheer, but it was still a dress.
Yes.
So I opted to wear that one because
You felt like it fit the group better.
yeah, I felt like it fit the group a little bit better. So I went with that, and I felt like it did. And another thing I thought of that I forgot to tell about Thursday night was I ended up just wearing my flip-flops all weekend. I was like, fuck it. They were like a wedge flip-flop, but I was like, I'm not wearing heels. This is Florida. It's casual. I'm just wearing flip-flops.
Yeah.
That's how low-key it was.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. So we went to the ballroom. Just in Time was DJing, as well as Serena, which are two of my favorites.
Two of my favorites too.
Yes. And they did great, like they always do. It was, for us, Friday night was a little bit low key. I know y'all are like, where is the drama? Where is the fucking? Friday or Saturday night gets a little bit better with the drama, but not really the fucking. But trust me, but it was pretty low key. I mean, we just danced and had fun, and then went back to the room and fucked each other and went to bed.
We didn't fuck in the playroom on
No,
Friday?
not on Friday night.
Okay.
We went back to the room and fucked. So,
Yeah.
but this was the night that you were eating the popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a good note. So, Juan Deepa, who is our DJ and who DJ'd a little bit here for Splash, and I'm sure you'll see him at several other lifestyle events here in the near future. But he's from Chicago, and so he brought us popcorn, and I didn't know that popcorn was a thing in Chicago, but it was called. I hope I don't fuck this up. I think it was Garrett was the name of it. It was called Garrett popcorn.
Yeah.
And it came in this tin. And what was interesting is usually when you get a tin of popcorn and there's multiple flavors in there, they're separated, with those little like paper things, right?
Yeah.
So it's like one's here, one's here. Well, this was like cheddar popcorn and caramel popcorn, but mixed in together.
Yeah.
And apparently this is like their staple popcorn.
Yeah. And so they were walking through the airport and they saw it and they thought, they're probably some of the sweetest people.
They really are.
They really are. Anyway, so they thought we needed it. And
they every time we see them, they usually have a gift for us.
or something.
Which we're not good. Maybe we need to be nicer to people and give them more gifts.
Maybe. But they flew all the way to Florida with this
Right.
popcorn. And you
So basically his wife, I think, flew to Florida with it in her lap, like a big tin of popcorn.
You devoured it. I've recorded a video of Dan, and if you go back, you'll find it from, I think it's been a couple weeks now, but he is like chowing down on this popcorn. It's like 3 a.m. when we take it. He is.
Well, there might have been, let's see, one of those shivers type of gummies involved
Which
in
is
that
funny
decision making.
because somebody in the comments is like, that's what happens when you get high.
So yeah, definitely check out Shivers, another one of our sponsors.
He had-
TheSwingNation.info.
He
Shivers.
had the popcorn on his fingers, on his chest. I was dying.
Well, the funny
laughing.
thing is, they brought it to us and gave it to me on Thursday. I think I ate half of that thing on Thursday, and Friday, when you took that picture, that can was basically empty.
Yeah, you devoured
and I can remember
it.
when they gave it to me thinking, oh man, how am I going to get this home? Like, it's this big tin.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to fit. We were already stuffed to the brim with our stuff. And I was like, I'm going to have to like carry this by hand home. No, I didn't make it home. It was gone in the second day.
No. Okay, so let's switch gears to Saturday, our final day. We again slept in. We got up. We went to the pool. The bummer was on Saturday, it rained.
Off. And it's not like it just, okay. So I was emceeing, I think with Sereno DJing. One of the DJs was out there. I think it might have been Sereno that was DJing during the day out there, or Justin. It was one of them.
Justin. Yeah.
But anyway, maybe it was Justin. So anyway, the owner comes out to me and he's like, hey, and I don't know why. He's like, you got a feel of the crowd. He's like, do we need to move them indoors or do you think we should stay out here? And we're all, it's like we're all weathermen at this point. We're pulling up our apps. I'm on AccuWeather. They're on Weather Channel.
Okay.
Somebody else has like the local ABC weather.
But
we got like 6 radars pulled up.
But Splash historically does not talk about the weather. If you say, hey, have you looked at the weather? It might rain. They say it doesn't rain in our parties.
It doesn't rain at Splash Pool parties.
Doesn't rain at Splash Pool parties. And I'm like, I've been to a few that it might have rained at. So the fact that he even acknowledged
They
that,
wouldn't talk about it up until this point. But at this point, they're like, hey, Dan, you got a good read on the crowd, which I don't know what that means. But anyway, they're like, do you think we need to move it indoors? So we pull up these 15 apps and 15 radars, and we're like looking at them and comparing them. And I was like, no, screw it. Like, if you looked at it, it looked like it might rain, but it's not. It was never going to rain like all day. It was going to be like a little bit of rain here, a little bit of rain there. And I'm like, I think people would rather. Nobody wants to be in the ballroom during the day, or I think they talked about using that side stage or whatever. And I'm like, but people. If the sun is out, people want to be in the pool. So even if it rains for 10 minutes and then clears back out.
Well, to be honest, we met a couple people that flew from like Montana or like somewhere very cold. They were happy. They were happy that they didn't care if it was cloudy or like they were just happy to be in Florida.
So it did rain off and on all day, which did mess with the vibe a little bit. But I will say, people were, it rained, they'd move out of the pool, they'd clear, they'd go right back into the pool.
Yeah,
so I mean,
they did.
It was annoying, but we made it work.
Yeah. I know. I'm trying to think of the games you did. I know you did. They brought out one of the Liberator chairs.
Yeah,
and
we
you
did the sexual position game.
Yeah, you did the sexual position. This was the day that actually LLV came out,
Right.
and they like danced, and they had their people switching bathing suits. Like
They had some elaborate games that lasted forever.
Yeah, and there's also a little bit of a language barrier
Yeah.
there, so I had no idea what was going on, but everybody was loving it, and it was a good show to
They were
watch.
all their MC was Hispanic.
Yeah.
and he spoke very good English, but he spoke very quickly. Yeah,
And he talked very close to the microphone, so you really had a hard time following. But it was fun to watch because the guys were putting on the girls' clothes and stuff. It was fun.
Yeah.
I did not get into the pool a whole lot on Saturday just because it was kind of gross. I mean, I did some. I did.
you mean the weather was gross? The pool was not gross.
No, the weather. Sorry. I did go inside and did my shopping, so I saved it. And they had some really cool vendors. One of the vendors, I found the picture. I actually took a picture of her name, and I want to
Plug her.
Yeah, she actually makes like handmade like bathing suits and stuff like that. So what's really cool is she had some pineapple stuff that.
You've never seen before.
Yeah, everybody has the 5 pineapple bathing suits they have on Amazon, So I was excited to see that she had a couple of things that didn't.
So you realize what you're about to do, though, right? So like everybody has the pineapple bathing suits that are on Amazon or on Shein or on anywhere like that.
Yeah.
And so you found these different ones, and now you're about to reveal your source.
I can't be a gatekeeper. I can't be a gatekeeper. Okay, it was called Be Unique, and it's YOUNIQUE. And fashions, and she's actually based out of like Tampa, I think, and she drives over, but she's really cool, and she makes like custom outfits. So, and like she had her sewing machine and stuff there. Like if something was too big or needed to be taken in, she could like alter it right there.
Have you had her made you something?
No,
okay.
No, she actually, I followed her on Facebook, and she was promoting like doing stuff for Bliss, like, order by, and I thought about doing something, but I didn't, but I definitely probably will at some point. She was really sweet. I really liked her. So, and then there was another vendor that had bathing suits, some fancy bathing suits. I ended up buying 3 bathing suits, during this weekend. I'm going to wear them all on Bliss. I promise. We're going on Bliss in 2 weeks, but what was crazy is one of them, we got home, I went to put it on and it like broke. And you were bitching at me. You were like, there goes that money. You're never going to wear.
It was like $80, $90.
It was $75.
Yeah.
So I ended up emailing him. The guy sent me.
He did. Yeah.
He sent me a brand new pair. And I mean, I was just honest. I was like, hey, I took them out of the bag. And so I didn't try them. I hadn't tried them on, And no questions asked, sent me a new one. I did leave him a good Google review and stuff like that to say thank you. But they had really cool vendors there. I really liked the things that they had. And then Upside Down Creations was there, like always.
They always have good stuff. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so we kind of wrapped the pool a little bit early to this day just because of the weather and stuff. And it ended up working out because we were starving. We had not had any lunch. We were actually going to go and like just eat like a early dinner. And then we saw DJ Wandeepa and his wife, and they were like, do y'all want to go eat? And I was like, well, we can, but we got to go like sooner rather than later because I haven't had any. We just had skipped lunch and we were starving. So basically we went to the room and just threw on some clothes and went, and they had picked the restaurant. I didn't quite know that we were going to a very fancy Italian.
I think I had a upside down pineapple t-shirt.
You did.
And shorts on and like flip-flops.
I had on a romper, no bra. And I don't think I had on I had what makeup I had on like from that morning, and my hair was kind of crazy.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like we're going to Chili's or something. I'm not thinking.
Yeah. So we go in and we didn't have reservations, and we were going to sit at the bar, and then that didn't work. So it ended up they made us a table, but it was definitely a fancier restaurant than, I mean, it would have been fine if we just had regular.
So there are people that are like foodie people.
They are definitely foodie people. We are not.
And people that like homemade fresh pasta that all this, like, me and you are not. Like, we'll eat anywhere, and honestly, like, if you give us a choice, we're usually we eat at the chain restaurants and stuff probably more than we go and explore. Like,
we usually do something like
boutique-type
that on our
restaurants.
anniversary or like a birthday.
Right.
But like if it's Friday night, we're just going to like Logan's or something. That's our version of fancy.
Yeah.
So we ended up, I mean, I loved it.
Uh-huh.
It was great. I ended up having like tableside fettuccine Alfredo that they
Yeah.
made in the cheese wheel, which I had never seen
Yeah.
that before.
Yeah. So let's talk about it. So a lady comes up with a cheese wheel, and when I say a cheese wheel, it was like the size of a tire.
Was it like 100-year-old cheese wheel or something
don't
crazy
know.
like that?
Well, then she was talking about how many like things of fettuccine it makes, and it was like, you know, this one wheel of cheese will make like, I don't know, 500 plates of fettuccine.
I don't think it was that many.
Whatever.
Because I think it lasted like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was really cool. And the drinks were like amazing. So this kind of starts out my downfall for the night. I ended up having 2 drinks with dinner, which is not, for most people, your average adult that drinks, that's probably not a lot. But I had one before I even had my food. So now I've drank a little bit at the pool. I've drank one before my food that I've not had any food all day. And then I had one like with my dinner, which was fine.
Mhm.
But that kind of like, all of that goes into what happens tonight. Just save that. So anyway, the food was delicious. What did you have? You had a steak.
I think I had a filet.
Yeah, it was really good. It was very, very good. We left. We Ubered back. I was glad we got.
I just remembered what happened. I had forgotten.
Oh, I have no.
You kept saying the drama, and I'm like, what drama? And then I was like, now I remember.
It's not really drama, but it's drama
this
for me.
is good. This is hilarious.
It's good. And I'm going to be honest, guys. You have to still want to fuck me after I tell you these things, okay? Okay, so after that, we came back to the hotel. And we basically kind of had to like, because that was like an experience. It took like a couple hours to do all that. So by the time we got back and got ready, it was time to go. The theme for Saturday night was Moonlight Mirage. I got blue. So you had on a blue sparkly shirt.
Blue rave clothes. Yeah.
And I had 2 options again. One was more ravey. One was like a skirt and like a halter top, which was kind of in between like ravey. So I wore that again with my flip flop.
You didn't give me no options.
No. You had a blue sparkle shirt. So that's what we wore. We went to the club and we danced, and I ended up having 3 drinks.
Mm-hmm.
So then, now keep that in mind. That's 3 plus 2 plus whatever I had at the pool, which is probably 1, maybe 2 at the top. 5 drinks for me is major. I get drunk off like 2.
Yeah.
So I think I had 2 and I was feeling really good. And I think you said you want another drink. And I knew this is where I was feeling pressure, because I knew we had not fucked anybody. And we had been flirting with some couples and stuff like that. Like, we definitely had some things brewing. And I knew that you wanted to do it. So I was putting pressure on myself, not you. This was internal pressure. So my thought was like, if I have another drink, I'll be like tipsy, like, but fun tipsy, like can consent tipsy, but like, I'll be more eager to go. So I was like, okay, I'll have another drink. And I think I downed the last drink because we were going to the playroom.
You missed the whole part of the story, though.
What?
Me DJing.
Oh, I didn't. Can we cut that out? I didn't put that in my notes.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Well,
so you missed part of the story, me DJing,
Okay.
which is an important part because there is a video of you on the stage
Oh,
where you
God.
can clearly see what state of mind you're in at this point in time. All right. So anyway, and I think actually that is on TikTok and
on
Instagram right now.
which is funny because I was like pretending to give you a blowjob behind the DJ booth, but like I didn't want the owner to see me because I didn't want to get in trouble. Even though your pants were zipped, I never took it out.
Sorry. So back
Okay,
up
so
a little
back
bit.
up, back up.
I was never supposed to DJ
Yes.
at Splash
Yes.
in Fort Lauderdale. That was
Yes.
not ever on the plans. I didn't bring any of my DJ stuff. I did have my laptop just because I bring my laptop when we
Yeah.
travel, which has my music on it, but I didn't have my controllers or any of that stuff. But so the owner of Splash had seen me and Justin DJ together at Naughty in New Orleans.
At the speakeasy.
And that was a wild party.
Yeah.
So he had come up to me and said, hey, do you want to DJ this weekend? And I was like, well, I wasn't really planning on it. He's like, well, I think you should. You know,
Yeah.
if you'd like to, I'd like to see you. You know, like.
And he wanted you to like close it out, kind of like the night, right?
So
Is that
Justin
how
was DJing Saturday. So and then Justin came up and he's like, "Bro, you got to DJ with me. You got to DJ with me." And I was like, "Okay, when do you want to do it?" And he's like, "Saturday." So my plan was not to go up there until like 1 o'clock, you know, later or whatever. But so as we're out there and we're kind of dancing, he's like, "Get up here, you know, come up here."
Yeah.
So around midnight, a little after midnight, I went up and we started DJing together, which I had never, the controller that he was using, I'd never used before. So I was a little nervous about
But
that.
you did good. I'm sorry I forgot about that.
No, it's okay.
I'm
It's
a
okay.
bad wife.
So anyway, we start DJing and it got crazy.
It did. It had kind of cleared out, but then it kind of got busy again. So yeah, it definitely did. And so I was like left. The last time I got shit-faced was when you were
DJing.
when we were DJing.
Yeah.
So maybe that's I should not be left
Drinking when I'm DJing?
Yes. But that was my thought process. So if I just have one more, I'm going to be like,
Right.
I'm going to be ready to
So then
go.
towards the end of me DJing, you end up on the DJ, up in the DJ booth,
Yeah.
sucking my dick. And
No,
saying-
I did not suck your dick.
You pulled my dick out.
No, I did not.
I will show you video evidence of you doing it.
Okay. I don't remember
I cut that part out on the Instagram post, but it did happen. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that. I thought I was just make-believing doing it.
Yeah. I don't think you actually, I mean, I think you kind of pretended, but it was,
Okay.
you were very close to
Okay.
completing the act.
Okay.
So anyway, all of that happens. And I
That
think,
did not happen, Splash owner. I can't say his name.
yeah. So anyway, really, the energy was great. The
Yeah, it
crowd
was
was
fun.
great. It was a
Yeah.
good, like, I mean, probably the hypest, like,
Yeah.
hour or two of the party there, and had a really good time doing that.
So
So then after that, we're like, you're feeling good.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good. Everybody's hype and excited.
we're going to the playroom.
So I was like, Justin, you got it from here, buddy. We're gonna go fuck. And
Yeah.
and he's like, okay.
So we go to the playroom and we go right in the middle on the big bed.
Right.
Like
We're
front
doing
end,
this.
We're doing this.
And so there were some friends there. So Wandeepa and his wife were there.
They had not walked in yet. We were
Right.
the first ones in there. So
Right.
that's why we kind of decided where we wanted to go. So as we were like getting started, other people were coming in.
Right.
And like, cause Juan and his wife didn't come in until we were leaving.
Right.
But another couple that we were interested in came.
Which is their friends.
Yeah. And they were like kind of across from us.
Uh-huh.
So immediately I kind of like lay back on the bed as like you are getting ready and it hits me. Oh shit.
Right. So we basically get into the playroom and we get on the bed and we just get ready to start fucking just me and Lacy. And I was like, you know, and then I think we saw the other couple come in.
No, it was later. Yes, we saw them, but we had not.
No, because I think we saw them and I had said something like, hey, do you want to invite them? And you're like, no, not yet. Like,
Okay.
wait, let's get started. And then maybe,
okay.
yeah. So they got on the bed kind of beside us, but on across. You
Okay.
know? And so anyway, me and you start.
So I like lay back and immediately hits me. I am trashed. I'm trashed. And I'm like trying to communicate that to you, but also like being respectful of people around us. I didn't want to be like, hey, babe, I'm fucked up. You know, I was just like, whoa. I was like, I'm not okay. So then immediately you put my head to suck your dick and you are like feeling it and you are like.
I think I went down on you first, but.
No, that was after because, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I throw up. And I listen. Okay, hold on. Back up. Okay. The only way I'll tell the story is if all of y'all guys that like me will still fuck me after this. And then
All right, so
two,
you pause.
You
Promise.
You got to promise.
Promise right now. Say it out loud. I promise. If I
Also-
have fucked Lacy in the past, this story will not alter my feelings. I will still fuck her in the future.
I'm telling this story because I know I'm not the only one that all of these things are about to happen to. Also, I was in a group chat with a bunch of girls and we were talking like it was like a week or two and I was humiliated personally inside of, you know, from this experience. But then all the other girls were like, oh, that happens to me. Oh yeah, that's not a big deal. And I'm like, I felt like failure of the year here. But it come to find out I am not the only one. So I am telling my story so you other ladies will know you are not alone in this.
All right. So Lacy starts sucking my dick.
Yeah.
And I'm a little drunk at this point too. And so I might have been a little aggressive.
Yeah, you were
Like,
making me gag on it.
Giving
and
you the
stuff.
dick. Yeah. And I knew you were saying like, hey, I'm a little tipsy and I don't feel good. But I was like, yeah, okay. Like that's normal. You know, like that's a normal Lacy party night. Like, you know, you weren't like
I wasn't falling-
incoherent.
no.
You weren't stumbling. You weren't, you know, this was not, you were not
No.
like drunk like you would think of, like you need to go to bed.
No,
Like,
it just kind of, I think what happens when I sat on the bed, I think it just kind of, you know how like when the room starts spinning, it was sort of like that. I kind of realized I was able to consent enough to say, I can't do it, just you know, I
Right.
can't. So anyway, you have me start gagging on your dick and I throw up
on my dick.
on your dick.
Like you puked on my dick. Now here's what I'll give you credit, because you are not you're not huge about sucking dick.
Yeah.
But also you were not anything gross.
Yeah.
You were done. Like
Yeah.
you can't even like cleaning up puke. You would struggle with.
Yeah.
You didn't really even stop.
I didn't have a choice. You were, I hate to use the word aggressive, but you were enjoying it. And so it was either swallow or it was going to spew out in front of everyone on the white sheets. And so I had to make a decision.
You were probably drinking cranberry
Yes.
and pineapple.
Yes. So
and
it was
Tito's,
like
so,
red. Yeah. So I knew, and I had pasta for dinner.
So you puked on my dick, swallowed your puke, and kept sucking.
Yes. So then I'm like trying to like tell you, and I'm like, babe, I threw up.
Because I don't know if I fully realized
you did
that
not
it happened. Yeah.
And so this is you. It was to the point where you did not get it. So I come up, and this is when you said, "Hey, do you want to go over there with that couple?" I said, "I just threw up. I blew in your face."
Yeah. You like blew your breath in my face,
said,
and I was
"Babe."
like, "Oh my god!"
I was like, I cannot. It took that for you to understand. Like you were just like ready to fuck. You did not care. And I was like, babe, I didn't like throw up a little in my mouth. Like I threw up, and you were like, oh my god. So
because sometimes you'll like gag a little and be like, "Oh,"
or like I'll be dramatic.
Right, yeah.
I'm kind of known for being dramatic. I was trying to prove to you that I was. It took that. So once I did that, I was like, I can only fuck you, and that's it. And you were like, okay.
Which kudos to you to not be like, we need to go now.
Yeah, no.
Because that you were like, okay to continue at this point. Yeah.
So you were like, well, lay back and let me just like go down on you. And I was like, okay. So I laid back to go down on you, and you came up pretty quick because I had toilet paper stuck to my vagina.
I forgot about that part too. Yeah. So she pukes on my dick, and I'm like, okay, I'll go down on you. You lay down, you relax a little bit, catch your breath. Like, it's going to be okay. And I go to go down on you, and you had not just a little bit of toilet paper, but like a quarter of a roll like hanging off that thing.
No, I did
Oh,
not.
yeah.
I did
A
not.
good 3 feet, I
You
think.
were so dramatic. It was not. You would have been able to see it when I walked.
And all I can think of is, I remember thinking like, thank God this was me. Like, you know what I mean? That went down, that did this first, and not like one of these other boys you're crushing on. Like,
at that point, I was like, I fucking quit. I quit. You were like, it's fine.
I'm like trying to pick toilet paper out of my mouth and like clean it off.
Shut up. It was not that dramatic.
It was pretty dramatic.
It was not. So you were like,
I'm scarred for life
listen,
from it.
you must have really wanted to fuck because you were like, it's okay, babe.
The counseling bills I'm going to have from that experience.
Up. You were like, it's okay. Just flip over.
I'm just like, just roll over and just let me fuck
Yeah.
you so I can come and we can like, just can be over.
Is that true love?
Yeah.
When you can do all of these things.
Yeah.
And then, so Dan ends up fucking me and ends up coming inside of me in
No,
the play
but,
again.
But listen, you roll over. It doesn't, you roll over.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're on the group orgy bed.
Yeah, I
and
forgot.
Apologize to any Splash people that are listening to this and maybe had this affected their life.
I threw up in between the mattresses.
So you rolled over and you put your head like in the mattress, which is like your head was like in the crack between the mattresses. And then I'm fucking
It
you.
wasn't.
And then you puked again between the mattresses.
It wasn't a lot of puke. It was a baby puke. But yes, I did that. And I think we should talk about how good of a wife I am that I stayed and let you come in my pussy while
How the hell did I come in your pussy? How did that happen?
Do you love me?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just sick in the head, and that, you know, like I must be. That somehow all that happened, and I still got off, which I never get off in Playroom. So like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
I don't know, but I'm glad. Well, one, we told we told everybody. I was telling my girls, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I do that all the time. You just swallow it and keep going." I'm like, "Okay." And then we were talking to somebody else, and they were like about toilet paper, and they were like, "I do have that issue. Since I've had my BBL, there's a lot of real estate back there, and especially if I've
Not your pussy. That's your butt.
But I know it was in that general area, babe. There's just a lot going on. And then when I get tipsy, and then I'm drinking a lot, and I have to pee a lot. Yeah, I think my give a fuck gets.
And this is why we normally rinse off before we go to a playroom.
Yeah. Yeah, and we didn't. So a lot of times we'll go to our room, put our lingerie on, and come back.
Take a quick shower.
But we didn't.
No,
I don't know why.
clearly we didn't.
I don't know why we didn't. No. So anyway, if you still want to fuck me, great. Thank you. I promise I'm
Well, they
clean.
promised before they heard, so they.
Yeah, I brush my teeth.
They're beholden to their promise.
I washed my vagina and my ass. So yeah, that was it. We went back to our room, went to bed.
Oh my God.
So we went to Splash. We did not fuck anybody.
Yeah, so this is the first lifestyle event that I can remember.
Yeah.
And when I say I can remember, I mean like since we've been dating, that we've gone to a swingers party and not fucked anybody but each other.
Really? Surely you're wrong about that.
I can't think of
I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised too.
Friction. I don't think we fucked anybody at Friction.
No, I fucked that guy with that green velvet jacket. Remember we had it was three couples.
Was it the time when we ended up having sex on the side of the road on the way up at home? Richmond Friction. Not
I don't know. Maybe not.
like way back. Like back.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think it was just like, I think it was the ending of the summer from hell, for lack of a better word.
Lacy too drunk.
Yeah, me too drunk.
I think we would have fucked One Deep as friends.
Yeah, for
night.
sure.
Or at least we would have tried. We
don't know
to.
if they were.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they were. He also is really a good-looking guy. He's muscular, and he intimidates me a little.
They're a hot couple. Yeah.
So I don't do a very good job with flirting with him. Like if he gets near me, I like tense up because you
run away.
Yeah, because he's a cutie.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that was our Splash weekend. We got up the next morning, flew home.
Yeah. Pretty eventful weekend.
Yeah.
Especially that last night. Pretty funny stuff.
We did have friends. We didn't have like our core group of friends. And I think we are very spoiled with that.
Well, I mean, basically the only people we knew there was Juan Deepa and his wife, right?
Yeah. And then
Justin
there's
and his
another
wife.
couple. There's a few couples that we didn't talk about that were there that have been to a bunch of our stuff that we've soft swapped.
Yeah, and we've had bad luck with fucking DJs in the past, so I don't know where we're at on the fence there on that one, but
I don't know.
it hasn't worked out great for us.
We haven't crossed
previously.
that bridge.
I don't know if that's a bridge we're going to cross in the future.
Yeah.
Not to say that we don't want to cross it.
Yeah.
But it is
It's a slippery
slope. Yeah.
It's a slippery slope. So yeah, but I mean, it was a good weekend. I left. It did make me, I think a lot of times about what our listeners think when, like, how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm not, like, I can spending all that money to fly for the food, for the hotel, for all of that, and then not fuck anybody else and, like, how that would feel. So, it definitely was, like, a good reminder of that. Sometimes we need a little bit of reality check of what, if you're just getting in the lifestyle, what an experience might be like. So, it was definitely... It was an eye-opening one.
Well,
I wasn't sad though.
No, I was going to say, I think it gave me the opposite feeling because I think often, I'm the one that's like, no, we really need to do something. Mm-hmm. And I think I had just as much fun as I've had at just about any other swingers event that we've gone to and was perfectly happy just fucking you in the playroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, I think the fact that we went to the playroom and kind of had those stories or, that experience.
Yeah.
As opposed to just like going back to our room and being by ourselves, But to me, it does. I mean, if just me and you in the playroom, or 10 of our friends have a giant orgy, like it's still fun and funny, and it's an experience, and that's why I love the lifestyle. And and I think that's we talk about it all the time. It's really not about fucking other people. Like that's not what
it's like.
Sure,
15%.
Is that a good time? Like we do enjoy that part of it, and I think this might be just to us because I have heard other people that have swinger podcasts talk about the lifestyle and swinging, and they're like, I've heard them say things like, no, it's about the fucking, like that's what this is about. And maybe for them it is, but for us, I think we're social swingers. Like we very much enjoy the social aspect of it, the parties, the getting dressed up. That, like you said, is 90% of it probably for us, and the swinging part is 10%. Now it's a great 10%.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, if we gave up that 10%, I think we would still be in the lifestyle.
Yeah, I would still enjoy it.
And I think that's important for people that maybe don't really want to swap. Or I think you could still go to these parties and have a blast and not have, you don't have to fuck anybody.
Yeah.
But you'd still experience all this. You know?
For sure. It's also okay if you accidentally get drunk and you accidentally throw up and you accidentally forget to get the toilet paper off your vagina. It's okay. You can still come back the next year.
Yeah. All right. So one other note I want to note, or want to talk about, because we haven't talked about it in a couple episodes, is Electric Pleasures.
Yeah.
So Electric Pleasures just went on sale. And so if you don't know what that is, it's a new brand that me and Lacy are partnered with some other people who are leaders in the lifestyle with. So it's not just us. It's a conglomerate, I think was what you would say. It's a partnership. It's a bunch of people working together to bring this to you. But we're doing hotel takeovers. And our first one is in January, and it's in Gulf Breeze. And so the different part about this hotel takeover that you might not be familiar with, I don't know if I've ever seen this happen at any lifestyle hotel takeover, is it's very much we're mixing...
It's music centric.
All the things we like about music and music festivals in with all the things we like about swinger parties.
Yeah.
And kind of mixing those two worlds. So it's going to be very music focused. We have, I think at this point, 8 DJs coming.
2 stages.
There's going to be 2 stages.
Yeah.
Their sets are only going to be like an hour, maybe an hour and a half at the most. So the DJs are going to be changing out every hour, and you're going to hear everything from girl bop with our girl Sophie till we got a dubstep DJ.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's going to be a wide range, and these are good DJs. They're some of the best DJs in the lifestyle. Some of them aren't even lifestyle people. So definitely check that out.
It's already 50% sold out, guys.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about going, and definitely if you want an ocean view room, I don't know how many of those are left.
I think all the first floors are gone.
Okay.
I think there might be a couple. So this hotel in Gulf Breeze is set up kind of like Secrets. So if you think about Secrets as that box, and there's like interior and exterior rooms, it's kind of like that. So like the music festival portion is going to happen in the courtyard. So those interior rooms are going fast, just like they do at Secrets.
And they face the ocean.
And so the difference is, instead of there being like where the club and the office is at Secrets, there's an ocean. There's a beach and an ocean there. So if you want an interior ocean side kind of room, there's not many. I don't know if there. I think there's still a few left.
Yeah.
But okay, you can get tickets. You can go to swingersociety.net. Just go to swingersociety.net. There's a link that'll take you over to Electric Pleasures. Get signed up, get your room. But definitely, that's January 23rd and 24th, which is in Gulf Breeze. Which, if you don't know where that is, it's right near Pensacola, so the Panhandle of Florida. So if you're anywhere near the Panhandle, it's definitely going to be a good party. I'm excited about it. Yeah. We got some big... Lacy, I made you a little nervous with the things we're doing. He's spending some money. It's making me a little nervous. But, that's what we do. Dan dreams big, and I question it. You got to put those big boy pants on. You gotta spend money to make money. You gotta invest. If we're going to do, a music-centric, a music festival type party, I want the lights. I want the visuals. I want good sound. I want a stage. I want it to look and feel like all that. And if you know anything about that type of equipment, it is not cheap. Yeah, correct. So come check it out. Yeah. Well, we're super excited about that. I'm excited. And then this is not the only Electric Pleasures party. We got one already we're working on for March, which I'm not going to tell you yet where the location is. Yeah, it's coming. I think the release date is going to be soon. This month, right? Maybe? Yeah. Or next month, early next month. Yeah. Before Thanksgiving, I think we'll have it out. So stay tuned. Swingersociety.net, all that stuff will be on there. And then Electric Pleasures, it's electric and it's -pleasures.com. You can go check out that, make a profile, get ready for all that stuff. We're taking over a new swingers club this year, 2026 as well. For Swinger Society. That's going to be announced soon. So go get a profile. That way you get our newsletters. If you make a profile on swingersociety.net, even a free profile. Can we give them a hint about the club? It's not in the South. There's lots of Mormons in this area. This area where we're going. Wow. It's a lot of Mormon people. And it's a place we've never been before, but it has a huge, probably one of the busiest swinger scenes I've seen. So super excited about that.
Exciting.
All right. So go swingersociety.net, get signed up. So at least you get our newsletter, even if you make a free profile. And so you'll get all the emails about all this stuff.
Yep.
All right. Anything else for the Swing Nation listeners?
That's it.
All right, guys. I think with that, in a world full of apples,
Be the pineapple.
be the pineapple, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
If you've enjoyed our podcast and want to support us, leave a 5-star review wherever you're listening. If you want to see more of our content, you can find links to Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, OnlyFans, and more in the show notes. Come join the conversation with us and other swinger content creators on our Swinger Society Discord server. If you have questions or feedback, email them to us at TheSwingNation@gmail.com. Make sure you head on over to TheSwingNation.net and keep up to date on all things Swing Nation. We thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
That's so hot.